We're in Hearthstone. Let's do some gimmicks. We've got the Rattle this DeathRattle Shaman, all about DeathRattle and everything that DeathRattle is in it. So, this deck I made originally after Nax came out, when a bunch of DeathRattle cards were introduced, and also Reincarnate came out. Because Reincarnate and Ancestral Spirit, you can do some crazy stuff, especially in combo with Baron Rivendare. So let's just go through the entire deck. It's 2 Ancestral Spirits, Reincarnates, those combo really well, plus with any card with DeathRattle, it works pretty well together. 2 Flame Tongue Totems, because while there's like a lot of DeathRattle options, with the way we've done this, you kind of need the extra boost of attack power, especially when you have things like the Haunted Creeper, Loot Hoarder, and the Egg. Mainly to pop the Egg. When you pop the Creeper, you also have the 2 1/1 spiders. You can have 2 3/3s. Or, I'm sorry, 2 3/1s. So it's extra damage you can just kind of throw out there. There's one Farsight, because if you look at the curve of this deck, it's a really back-end heavy. Like, these are your early creatures, and then everything else is really expensive. So we have one Farsight to kind of counter that, plus if you happen to Farsight in a Reincarnate or Ancestral Spirit, you can do something like have, say, a Kale down, and do Ancestral Spirit, Deathwing in the same turn, and bring back your entire board for clearing everything. Let's see what else you got. 2 Hexes, just because this deck is really slow to start off with. You have a very weak opening, like, monster strength value, so you need something to kind of deal with things that are really hard to kill early on. Plus, it helps if someone throws out like a kind of a powerful taunt or a big minion. So just 2 of those. They're not really death rattles, but it's to make it so the deck doesn't lose 100% of the time. 2 Harvest Golems, because they're really good death rattle cards. Baron Rivendare. With this, you can have a lot of really fun combos, especially when comboed with things like Fugan and Stalag. End up with 2 Thaddiuses. I've had, I think, at most 4 Thaddiuses on the board by just being lucky. 1 Bloodlust, just because I had a spare spot, and it doesn't hurt because you can kind of flood the board with Baron and Haunted Creepers or Eggs and Golems and just kind of go nuts. 2 Places Manipulators, where you could have something else in there, like, say, Shredders or Abominations or Yetis, but there's a lot of instances where you have kind of a weak board, but a lot of stuff, like a lot of the Creepers, the Eggs, and while the Abomination might pop those, it's also a chance that you'll have Baron Rivendare on the board. You won't be able to play the A-Bomb. So that's why the A-Bomb and the Unstable Ghoul aren't really your best bets, because you might hurt yourself more than you actually hurt your opponent. Let's see, there's Fugan and Stalag, because they're fun. They're a really good card from Nax. People don't really play them that much anymore. I mean, they're pretty good stats for 5 mana, and when Thaddeus comes out, it's almost a game ender. Sludge Belcher is a fantastic taunt, especially when you throw on the Ancestral Spirit. It just makes a really hard wall to get through. Sludge Belcher plus a Kel'Thuzad is almost a guaranteed win. Karen Bloodhoof, 2 4/5s. If you just get 2 Ancestral Spirits, get a Reincarnate going, you can flood the board with Karens. I've had a board with, I think, 3 Karen Bloodhoofs and 2 Blaine Bloodhoofs on it at one point. Sylvanas, because her death rattle is good, especially with turn 8, you have a guaranteed steal with Reincarnate Sylvanas. Kel'Thuzad, bringing stuff back, all about death, why not just bring it all back? Sneed's Old Shredder, I threw him in from GVG. This is when I took out the 2, what's he called? The 2 Undertakers. I threw in Sneed, and there was something else I threw in here from then. I think that's also when I threw in the Farsight to help with the high end. Then, of course, Deathwing, because it's Death Rattle, he's got death in the name, it works. Now, you could throw in things like the Clockwork Gnome, Leper Gnome, or Zombie Chow to help with the early game, but you don't really need spare parts. This dies in 1 turn, where you don't really have a chance to get him down with the Baron Rivendare if you're trying to get him as an early game card. And Zombie Chow, this deck, when you win, it's either by a landslide or a margin, so you don't really want to heal your opponent. Valnos, you don't have any spells, you don't need the spell power, so the Loot Hoarder is 1 extra attack power, same mana, might as well have that instead for the draw. The Explosive Sheep is the same reason you don't have the A-Bomb or the Unstable Ghoul, just because you don't want to clear your own board when that's kind of possible. You could throw in the Dancing Swords. Giving your opponent 1 card draw isn't that big of a deal for a 4/4. That's like a pretty good early. If you had to get rid of anything, probably the 2 Faceless. But then again, if you have a Sludge Belcher, throw an Ancestral Spirit on it, and then you manipulate it, it does carry that Ancestral Spirit over. Let's see. Death Lord, you don't want that. I mean, it's a good taunt, but there's also a good chance that you're going to have Baron down at some point in the game. Little Exodus, you don't need. With spare parts, you're not built around spare parts. While you can do some fun things with them, there are better things. The Piloted Shredder and the Pilot Sky Golem, while the Death Rattles, it's also a little bit too much RNG for what the deck is. If you get... Well, there are some cards that if they come out will kind of really hurt you. So while they're good cards, I left them out. And besides that, the Beast, late game card. We already have too many late game cards. Toshli, it's the spare parts, and it's again late game. And instead of that, we can have Sylvanas and Sneed, which is a bit better. And Majordomo, we don't want to become Ragnaros and lose most of our health. So that's a Death Rattle deck. Let's take this into ranked. The season just restarted, so let's see if we can get ourselves, kind of high. It does decent. Back when back before GVG came out, when the meta wasn't such an aggressive theme for everyone's decks, it did all right. I think the highest rank I ever got to was 10 or 12. After GVG, when everyone's meta switched more towards an aggressive or face type decks, it started losing a lot. So we'll see how it does. It might win. You can have some fun stuff. Turn one. None of these cards are very good. Let's get rid of these two. Hold on to the Flame Tongue just in case. There you go. Cool. Creeper. Generally, you're hoping for a Creeper or a Harvest Golem in your hand turn one because it's the best you can hope for. Or even an egg. Worst case, it gets silenced. Best case, it kind of prevents most classes from spamming AoE. So it's your protection from Holy Novas or Flame Strikes and things like that. In turn one, let's see what he does. He's probably going to have, I would guess, a Cleric, like most priests. Or he'll just take a sweet time. There we go. Alright, on to Creeper. Let's see what we do from here. If he kills it, not a big deal. We'll have 2 3-1s on the board with a Flame Tongue between them. If he doesn't kill it, if he throws a Cleric down, we're going to kill that definitely. Besides that, don't know what he could have. He could be a typical priest, or he could just be like some weird fun priest. I mean, it's last season's card back, so maybe he's not that new of a player. Although rank 20 is not very hard to get. He's got to play something. What do you got? Holy Smite. Okay with that. Alright, do I risk it? I'm going to risk it. 6 damage. And so far we've got the really expensive cards. I mean, the curve looked really heavy on the cheap end. It's maybe because 4 of that is Ancestral Spirit and Reincarnate, so it's really high end. Okay, well that has to die. This might be a new player. If it is, I'm going to feel kind of like a dick. Alright, I could play him now, but he's really susceptible to Shadow Word Pain, so get with that. Bring that over. Perfect. So I'm going to hold on to Baron Rivendare until we get something better on the board that I can definitely pop. I don't want to have him Shadow Word Pained. That's always an issue with priests. That's also kind of why Karen Bloodhoof is such a good card. It's priest-proof. Mainly. See, there's the pain. That would have killed my Baron Rivendare. Alright. Next turn we'll just play a Sludge... Ah, shit. Alright. Not very good. All these cards for him to steal were all kind of, bad to go against. Taunts really slow this deck down. So we're going to Sludge Belcher him for 1. Let's see if he had his own Sludge Belcher. Yep, fuck, he's still Sludge Belcher. What's he gonna do now? Is he gonna buff it? Oh. Okay, he's a newer player. I would have actually thrown that at the Belcher, because I'm going to throw my Belcher at that guy anyway. Huh. Okay. Let's play number 2. Shit. Alright. He's gonna clear both my Belchers. That's not good. I don't really have anything to deal with that. Ah, shit. Okay, well. That's going to be both my tiny guys. Or not. Hex. Egg. Totem. So that's one Holy Nova down. If he has another one, he'll pop my egg. I'm going to play Baron relatively soon. Do I have enough mana to... I need another totem. God damn. Going face super hard. I would have wasted Bloodlust, but I kind of want to pop that when I do it, so we won't. Alright, no reason to play Baron right now either. Oh, this board's kind of weak. I need one of my better cards now. Shit. Well, good thing I got a Hex. Or I could Bloodlust. What is it? 3, so it'd be 3, 4, 5. Get a 4/4 out of it. And then... let's do that. And I'll get rid of my spell power of Totem. Don't need that. I should have played Baron there as well, but whatever. Not a huge deal. I'm still kind of holding on to him to combo with these. I'll play him next turn when I pop the Loot Hoarder, definitely, to get the bonus card draw. So we'll see how that goes next. Yeah, this guy's a new player. I feel kind of bad. He's got the basic cards and a couple of GVG things. Nothing great. Alright. So... we're going to Hex that, definitely. Double card draw. Creeper. Manipulator. Put another egg. Man, this in the bag. I think he might be done. There's nothing he can really do here.
You have been.
Yeah. Alright. That's rank 23, not a huge deal. Ah, I finished the quest. More gold. Fantastic. Let's keep going. Hopefully we'll get someone who isn't that new.
Versus Malfurion.
Alright, we have a druid. If it's a ramp druid, this actually be pretty good.
For Doomhammer.
Alright, opening hand. Don't need that, don't need that. I'll hold on to the Harvest Golem. Let's see how it goes. Not good. Kind of hoping for a creeper. Well, turn 2 Golem? Might have to. Generally, for Ramp Druid, it's pretty good because they only have a couple big creatures while we have a plethora of big creatures. So if you can survive up to the 5 mana Belcher, you have a pretty good advantage. This card back's from 2 or 3 seasons ago, so hopefully he's not that new and has some pretty good cards. No turn 1. Turn 2, we'll Harvest Golem. Turn 3, if he kills it, we'll just Golem. If not, we'll see. We'll see what we draw. Play some men. Alright. Oh, an Nubrian egg. So he's going to pop his own egg. That's fine. Do I want the damage? I want the damage on the board. Because if he buffs his egg, throws it against my Shredder to pop it, I can then Flame Tongue and kill his spider. I was thinking about saving the coin for the Belcher, but that's actually kind of a better bet. Let's see what he does. Is it the buff? That's the buff. I don't mind. I kind of need the card draw. Fantastic. Alright, didn't hit me. Well, let's totem and just stall. Because he could have gone for face and I would have had hit his thing anyway, so kind of missed on his part. I would have killed it, but we would have had a 4-4 anyway, so not a huge deal. Hopefully he keeps going for my totems and not for me. Shit. He's going all out on this thing. Okay. Alright, well, this is kind of shitty. Actually, no. We'll just do that. There we go. Now it's a 4-4 instead of a 6-2. You can also use Reincarnate to get rid of enchantments. But that would have given him a 4-4 and a 2-2 on the board, so that's not very good. Swipe. Swipe's gone, turn 5, Sled Filch is coming out. Which I have to throw quite a few things at. I'll hold on to this. And we'll just Belcher down. As long as he doesn't hit it with his face as well. If it survives, we'll have a really strong next turn. If it doesn't survive, which it did not survive, we do not have a strong next turn. Turn 6, Karen? Karen might be the best bet. Yeah. Alright, I'm thinking he'll take 4 damage. Even if he kills it, I can give it DeathRattle and Reincarnate. Or DeathRattle Baron. Another Starfire. Shit. Alright. He's still there. Perfect. So, we'll just rebuild Karen Bloodhoof. ×2. There we go. Now it's technically 2 Karen Bloodhoofs. If he swipes, he kills 1. If he swipes in the face, he takes out the other one. Hopefully one will survive, so I can use Baron Rivendare next turn and get quite a few more. Alright. That's 1 DeathRattle down. 1 left. I know he doesn't have the Starfall. He's played both of those. 2 mana. Is it gonna be a big ass treat? It's a big ass treat. Actually, even better than that.
I have no
Turn 8. Steal what you want. And that's probably gonna be GG for him unless he plays it on the tree. Then we'll just trade into it. Or I'll throw Sylvanas into it. So let's see how he responds to that. He might just give up at this point. If not, next turn we'll throw in Baron and we'll go from there. And take whatever he... If he throws something big, we'll steal it. If he throws something small, we'll just get a bunch of pops. Or if it's nothing at all, we'll just kill him. See, 4, 8, 16... Yeah, we have Fatal. He's done.
Well played.
Let none survive.
Kill him with his own tree. There you go. That's 2 wins. Yeah, rank 22. So I figured it'd be okay to do this now with the season reset, but I'm starting to think that it might not be. Maybe everyone hasn't decided to come back to re-level up yet. Oh well. I'll do 1 more. Hopefully it'll go just as well.
Thrall versus Uther.
I will fight with.
Alright, 2 totems and a hex. Not very good, especially against a paladin. Get rid of all of those. Loot Hoarder is alright. Probably play that. Nerubian Egg. Yeah. Nerubian Egg will be a silence bait and an Equality Consecrate thing, so he won't do it. But I think I'll do Loot Hoarder next turn. He'll kill it with one of his minions if I get card draw, and I kind of need the card draw. Alright, Clockwork Gnome. Yep, Loot Hoarder. It's the best bet. Next turn I'll probably Farsight, depending on what I draw. Because I don't want to just play the egg and have it silenced, if I can help it. But it all depends on what he plays.
Let me think.
Take all the time in the world you need, Roman. Please trade. Oh my god, please trade. It'd be amazing.
Reporting for duty.
Okay, he didn't trade. Yeah, that's Farsight. Let's hopefully get something kind of good. Reincarnate is not good. I can do some fun things with the free Reincarnate, but Faceless, okay. Like, for example, on turn 8, you can Kale Reincarnate, and when the turn ends, you'll end up with 2 Kel'Thuzad's on the board. So that's pretty good. Or next turn, I could Nubian Egg Reincarnate and have an egg and a 4/4. But if he's just playing little tiny things and doesn't seem to really have a good theme, is he a mech deck? Hard to tell. I'm gonna play the egg and a totem. And we'll just play a Belcher next turn, because that should be enough to stop his little tiny weenies and his 4/3. I'll take 5 damage. He might throw the 4/3 into Spell Power Totem, because most people run Spell Powers. Okay, maybe not.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, I kind of wish I could Hex that 4/3 and play a card. I may just Hex it and wait on the Belcher. We'll see.
I wonder.
So to play the Belcher, he's going to throw the 4/3 at it and the 1/1, a 2/2. I'll take out most of it in this that. Or I can Hex it and hope for a totem. Nah, let's go with this. It's a safer bet. I could have reincarnated that to have 2 taunts on the board, but I'm really hoping to last till turn 8. It depends how aggressive his deck is. Might have Hammerfall, whatever it's called. And protection. He did it on the wrong guy.
Glory to the Sindor.
Oh my, that is going to get hexed. That's going to get hexed very hard. If you didn't have Hex in the hand, the Reincarnate would also work. Take it back down to a 3/3. We're going to do this. And this is perfect. Throw that. Comes back to life with 1 health. Of course it does. Whatever. That's fine. It gives me... Even though it buffs up my egg, like, the totems are also kind of free taunts. Because people always target them, so... It's almost a guaranteed taunt? Yeah. That saved me 3 damage. It sucks to lose it, but we're getting close to turn 8. Spider Tank, not a huge deal. We've got another Belcher. A Neutron, not a big deal. We got a Belcher. So, what's me? This plus that. Yep. Next turn we'll have Kale come out. And then we'll hopefully be able to steamroll him unless he equality consecrates both Kales. Which he might. Paladins are kind of dicks like that. Maybe we won't Kale. Depending upon if he kills both Sludge Belchers, I could just face his Manipulator it. Plus 3 attack, that's annoying. Well, still alive at least. And he's not going to kill it, so I'm going to manipulate and take out that 4/3. Because I have a feeling he's got the combo that I don't want to have to deal with right now. Like, I don't want both my Kales dying. Okay, or just kill everything. That's fine. Well. Screw it. Put over the combo. Now that should bring back a Kale, and then... Only one? Alright. Next turn. And the only thing I have to worry about now is a Quality Consecrate. If he Quality Consecrates, I'll have a 4/4 on the board, but he'll kill it with his... anything. Probably his Taunt. So let's see if he has it. If he has it, it kind of sucks, because double Kales are amazing. Yep, Equality Consecrate. Fuck him. Ah, fucking Paladins. No? He didn't want to consecrate because I had the egg.
Reporting for duty.
Fantastic. Okay, I'm okay with this. We can Fugan Egg Totem. Fugan Egg Loot Hoarder. Alright. So now I have a big, scary 4/7 on the board, 2 eggs, and I'm going to get some card draw. So... maybe that... oh man, this is perfect. It's perfect. He does not want to consecrate with those on the board, which is fantastic for me. It sucks I lost both my Countess odds, but not a huge deal. Because even if he equalities again, it'll still kill one of them. And I'll take out the other one with my, my loot hoarder. Alright, Paladin. What are you going to do? If he goes for face, it's only 4 damage. The eggs also prevent him from playing Avenging Wrath.
Let me think.
And that's about it. So the typical annoying Paladin cards that most Paladins have. Let's see what he does. If he gives up, it'd be great. 3 wins? I'm good with that.
Keep it quick, kid.
Ah, Gazlo.
All day.
And Blessing of Wisdom. Free mech in his hand. Okay, let's hope for, Deathwing? Let's see, 4, 5, 6. Alright, that was probably... I don't know what that is. Let's find out.
Hey, give me that.
Let's find you the card draw. Something good? No. Fuck it, we'll flood the board. So now, I think we might have this. There's no real way whatever Gazlo spits out will be that good. Like the best mechs, maybe a Sneed the best. Memoron's head, but he need more mechs on the board.
Magic detected.
If anything, he just has better draw than I do right now. With that one guy up. Ah, that's actually pretty good. Okay, let's just... let's hope for Deathwing. That'd be really great right about now. Let's see, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. It's fine. Shit. Alright.
For master.
4, 5. Ugh. Can I eat 7 damage?
For master.
I did that wrong. I should have killed Gazlo. Shit. I should have killed Gazlo, because I just gave him a spare part, didn't I? What is this? Yeah, I should have given him a spare part. Alright, I should have killed Gazlo and not give him a spare part so he can just sell more mechs. Alright. One of the only things I can do here... oh, he didn't go for face, thank God. Alright, 4 damage plus a mech. And a Sky Golem. And Stealth. Alright. Hoping for Deathwing, because we don't have many other options. Yeah, we need Deathwing. We need Deathwing or we're going to lose. got 10 damage on the board. We can deal with the bear, but not much else. That's not Deathwing. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Totem. Taunt totem. Fuck. It's 10 damage on the board. I'll have 5 health left. Mind you, a Deathwing right now would be fantastic. I would have a 12, 12, and 11, 11, 2, 4, 4s. If I can survive this turn, which I might not be able to. He's a paladin. He has Blessing of Kings, Blessing of Might. What else does he have? A Mech Warper, which isn't a huge deal. Hammer of Wrath, being a cheesy bastard. Even another one. There's another one I lose. Oh, Explosive Sheep.
Reporting for
That
duty.
could be the end of me. Sylvanas. Well, shit. Deathwing would have been fine. Didn't get Deathwing. Let's pop this. Get Thaddeus on the board. Just because. And then we'll end it my way.
I have no time for games.
And there you go. Well played. So it works. Its high end kind of sucks. So you have really no answers. It's lacking in spells because it's all done, like bent towards DeathRattle. So it's not a bad deck. It doesn't win all the time. It was not good for climbing ladder, but for casual, it's fun. You can do some really ridiculous things. You can end up with like a bunch of Thaddiuses. You can have a bunch of Kales. I think the most devastating thing is having a bunch of sludge belchers with ancestral spirits and then cloning them. But that is Rattle Me This, DeathRattle Shaman. Give it a shot.